I'm kind of a city slicker nowadays.
Yeah, boy, I can tell.
It's okay, I can use that voice without being offensive. I grew up in Arkansas and have family members that talk like that. So, though I'm a city slicker, I can still admire a nice big fixed blade for some future theoretical camping or pretending to YouTube bushcraft, a very specific style of bushcraft where fires are instantly started with the ferro rod and creating feather sticks and wood shaving piles only takes a minute or two. Fallkniven, a company from Sweden, makes a whole line of fancy, yet tough, people fix blades. And on the other hand, I can't do a Swedish accent without creating an international incident, although I'm really tempted. The main ones that show up on YouTube and social media outdoor off-the-grid simple living accounts with pristine knives are the small F1 with a blade in the mid 3-inch range, the S1 just over 5 inches, seen here, the A1, and that's a little over 6 inches. Now, they have pro versions of these nearing $300, and they can eat a feather stick if they think this guy's going to pay that much. Although, as an aside, they make a big-ass Bowie called the NL1. That's a catcall-worthy knife, but it's $530. So let's dimension it up with the S1 standard version with the leather dangler sheath option that costs more than the standard Zytel sheath option. A sheath that somehow managed to look cheaper and uglier than Amora's. How about that? Like the overall length and weight. With and without the sheath. Looks aside, Zytel might be the better option for wetter climates because Zytel is plastic and leather retains moisture. Blade size and cutting edge. Note the perfect convex grind without a micro bevel. Handle size, grip area. Ooh, look, it has a glass breaker on the butt, so you can escape your overturned car like you see on infomercials. Spine thickness and handle thickness. Yeah, it's a stout blade. I think Cedric and Ada has a shirt for this style blade. It's thick. Like spine. I don't know, whatever. Tallness is one of the trademarks of the Fallkniven Alphabet series knives is the slightly unusual knife blade. A lot of knives in this category are flat or hollow grinds with just a carbon steel, or I guess something nicer like 3V or whatever you're into now. But the Fallkniven features a laminated steel with the convex grind. Fallkniven has a few laminated steel varieties, but in this particular knife we have what they call a laminated VG10, which uses 420J2 as its secondary steel. Laminated steel means there are a few layers of steel sandwiched or enchanted together because they say it makes it stronger and more corrosion resistant. Here's the official statement from their website, so pause it if you're into reading about knife steels. Just make sure the blinds are closed. Now, a convex grind like this is best sharpened freehand or with the sandpaper mouse pad method to preserve the rounded convex edge. I'll link a video at the end just in case. Convex edges are ideal for outdoor general purpose stuff because they're durable due to the more steel behind the edge. Breaking up wood, cutting through cardboard in the forest, cleaning kilt animals, whatever. I will say convex edges are useful, but if you're looking for paper-thin cuts or a super slicer knife, thinner behind the edge knives with thinner blade stock are better, and this is not that. That is if you need YouTube's chef precision. A sharp S1 will cut and split versus cut and slice, if that makes sense. Just make sure you keep it pretty sharp. Different thickness convex edges on other knives may yield different results. I'm just referring to this particular knife. I'm sure you have a convex edge that's a better slicer than all of your other knives, and I'm doing it wrong. The handle has a full-length tang. Not quite full height. Just do a Google image search to see what I mean. It's fairly tall, and to be quite honest, shouldn't be any different in overall strength than a full height, full-length tang. Yeah, even with your hard use. Fallkniven refers to it as a broad tang. The handle covering is not removable without cutting it off, but it's a type of TPE called thermorun containing rubber and plastic. Crass speaking, of course. I'm just saying if you use technical terms to refer to the chemical component makeup of the handle and then call it crass terminology when there's not a single fuck to be found anywhere, you're showboating. So kudos for Fallkniven for creating a product description that talks down to the reader. It doesn't really have much give to it, so it's hard, but offers a ton of grip. It would be super swell if Fallkniven would make a removable Essie-style handle if it ever needed replacement after hard use, but they don't. And that's what duct tape and paracord are for, I guess. The handle is comfortable, great in forest slime, and fit my hand well, although I'm not gonna lie, I wish I got the A1 now. The sheath. I got the leather option because I wanted to spend $30 more. I tend to store my knives inside and generally don't play outside when wet, so leather makes sense. Leather on the interior can retain moisture if you put your knife away wet. So think about the hideous Zytel sheath if you are constantly in wet survival style situations or are covered in blood because you're that fucking tactical. The sheath dangles just like a like. It's thick welted leather, so it could last a lifetime or until you throw it up on Knife Club and carried a few times but never used condition. How about comparisons? I knew you'd ask. First, the S1. The fit and finish of the knife is great. It just feels well thought out and functional. I know the knife industrial complex loves churning out new designs and upgrades to make you want to upgrade after you've upgraded, but I like the simple aesthetic. And hey, they even make a more expensive version just to keep a fool and his money separate. Grippy, durable, tasteful. Now the survival combat ready dog's head utility knife. I'll be honest, I like the standard edge of this a bit better. However, the blade is kind of, a ridiculous length, but sometimes I don't make the best decisions, so I still like it. It's also half the price. Now the SC3, one of these days I'm going to get an uncoated SE, but until SE offers me a free one or I find a good deal on one, I'll just wait. Smaller. I like more better the micarta handle to the TPE, crass speaking of course. Now the Vangadal Rover. Thin flat grind, a bit better for slicing I think. Despite having a wood handle, this one held up well to abuse and camping and is only $40. This might be a better value on a budget. Okay, so that's it. I mean, not quite it, but, we're wrapping it up. The Fallkniven is an excellent Swedish made by the way of Japan knife. As in their knives are mostly or all-ly made in Japan. But they think about them in Sweden, so that's good. Like some Spydercos. Except for they think about them in America and they create them in Japan. In case someone wants to get technical about it. I've used this knife quite a bit on breaking down all of my Amazon knife packaging. And some food prep. And backyard stuff too. Long-term testing will reveal if this becomes a favorite knife of mine. I have quite a few knives now, not bragging. But seeing as I've had requests for this and see it talked about on the internet a lot, I thought I'd try it. Because a knife has to be good if people talk about it for pages on the internet. If you're doing some dumb stuff with your knife, like battening, the larger A1 might be better with a longer blade. I ain't going to be the channel to tell you to get a smaller knife because that'd be stupid. If you're a boring dude or a dudette and are into eating and cleaning game and, the smaller SE-sized F1 or this one are good choices. The knife is well balanced and just feels right, but a little expensive in my hand. If you like these sorts of reviews and would like to support the channel, buy through the links below, or think about being cool and donating to my Patreon, like $1 or $50 a month, whatever you feel. Subscribe to my channel, click the bell to be alerted as soon as I baton something. Follow me on Instagram where you can see preview pictures of things I'll eventually review in a week to 6 months, who knows. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.